Let's kickstart the show then and put the spotlight on Lendingkart, which is an MSME-focused digital lending platform. They've recently raised 200 crore rupees in debt financing round from Temasek-backed EvolutionX Debt Capital in order to finance their working capital requirements. Let's talk about this as well as the company's growth roadmap. We've got Harshvardhan Lunia. He is the CEO and co-founder at Lendingkart. Harshvardhan, thanks so much for taking time out and joining in. I know you count the likes of Mayfield India as well as Summer Capital, etc. as some of your key investors, but walk us through the latest debt financing and tell us what exactly this is going to be utilized toward.
Thanks a lot for inviting me today. Basically, this is a bridge to equity kind of financing, normally called venture debt, that helps companies in operationalizing things a little bit more. So we are coming out with newer products. One is credit card. We are coming out. Also, we've just acquired a company. For scaling up both these businesses, we want to invest more in these businesses and also our platform business, which is our capabilities business. So this money is basically going to scale up all the capabilities for these three newer businesses, and we are going to invest in them. Our core business is doing very, very good right now. Last year, we made almost 4,000 crore of disbursal and 120 crores of profit. So we will use this. Some portion of this money will stay with our core business, and the rest will get utilized in building up newer businesses.
Okay, let's talk about the business as well then, Harshvardhan. And what about your unit economics? How does that currently stand? Are you going to continue to build up on your profitability? And if you could walk us through what the outlook is in terms of those two metrics?
Yeah. So I think we've always believed in creating a sustainable business journey. I think we hit a break-even in 18-19, and since then, making money in our NBFC and at Holdco. We've been making marginal losses since we've been investing in technology heavily. It was only in, I think, 22 because of the extra COVID provisions that we took that we had some amount of losses. But I think we, again, this year with COVID behind us, we are now back to profitability. Like I said, we made 120 crores of PAT in our company. Currently, also, we are almost at a run rate of 14-15 crore of profit per month in our company. So this year, again, the target is that we will grow almost 40-50% from our current levels, and our profits should be up for the entire year. I think the space, MSME, quite nicely. I think a lot of borrowers, good borrowers are coming, and they don't have access to financing from the conventional institutions, which we are fulfilling for them as well. So it's helping the ecosystem and helping us as well.
What about the outlook in terms of the disbursals that you're looking to clock in? Will it be around 6,000 crores for the next financial year?
Yes, exactly. Almost 50%, like I said, last year we did 4,000 crore. We are looking at crossing 6,000 crore disbursal for this entire year. That's going to happen. But then we are going to also invest a lot in creating the digital and cloud infra for our newer businesses, focus on loan terms for our newer customers and our existing customers. And thirdly, also, we want to invest heavily on experience and engagement of our borrower this year and in coming next 18 to 24 months. So along with our business, we will focus on 3 or 4 core areas, like I suggested, and keep on building this year.
Okay, that's good to know. Harshvardhan, moving on then, given the fact that you had the RBI just this year permitting banks to actually transfer pre-sanctioned credit lines via the UPI network, tell us a little bit more about your plans to utilize and bring on board credit UPI for MSMEs. What's in the works?
Yeah, I think UPI has been a great success and all the ecosystem, which has worked tirelessly for making UPI as one of the biggest successes, in fact, not only in India, but globally. I think now allowing credit on UPI is going to be the next big thing for solving financial inclusion for our. We've always struggled in terms of availability of data overall for our customers for financial inclusion for bottom of the pyramid or middle of the pyramid, as we call it. UPI is a fantastic example of that transaction data can be accessible to the lenders who want to make financial inclusion possible. I think we just acquired a company called Upwards, where we will do personal loans and everything. And I think credit on UPI is, again, we want to bet on for next 3-5 years. We believe that micro and miniature loans, right? Overall, like we had in FMCG sector when the shampoo sachet happened. Overall, that revolutionized the entire FMCG. I think UPI or credit on UPI will be similar stuff that will do for our country. A lot of financial inclusion, and we want to be part of that. So we will start building it this year, but in another 12, 18 months, I think a lot of more players and ecosystem will evolve. I also want to be part of that.
Okay, fair enough. And just take us through an outlook then in terms of what the game plan is in the long haul, given the fact that you have made this latest fundraise round, how much has been raised so far, and what your plans are in order to really support the MSME sector.
I think we've been growing fantastically well. I think the ecosystem is shaping up very, very well. I think the regulator has been very proactive. I think the recent digital that came overall, which allowed FLDG and the structures around FLDG is also fantastic. I think the ecosystem is now warming up to the overall concept of collaboration so that people work on their own strengths. And this is a fantastic time to be building a fintech. We will continue to do so as well. I think we are from near term 24 to 36 months, we are looking at an IPO for ourselves overall, giving who trusted us, believed in us, and helped us build this business overall, and then continue to grow in the newer segments. Like I suggested earlier, also it's credit card, our own platform business, and the PL business, and the credit on UPI and similar stuff. To that, I think there's still a lot of scope. I think we as a country are quite capital starved, and I think these newer products should help a lot more in financial inclusion and build up of the ecosystem. That's what our entire aim has been in 10 years of our existence, and we'll continue to do that.
Okay, so what are the IPO plans then? Just take us through the details in terms of what sort of a timeline you're looking at and what your new launch plans are as well.
Yeah, I think in terms of IPO, I think everybody wants to have a sustainable business. We've always believed in creating a sustainable and profitable business from day zero. We also always have aspired to be a business which actually goes out in the market based on the numbers, and people believe in us and trust us. I think the profit that we have done in our business and the profits in the future or business will be a testament to the fact that startups can be built, startups can be run, and startups can deliver returns for all stakeholders, including serving the ecosystem, right? So if you identify a right problem statement, and if you deliver rightful requirements to the customer, and you prepare and build a proper business, you can solve for it. I think we've been doing that for 10 years now. I think now that we've reached size and scale where capital markets can accept us, we want to use them and raise money to grow our business further as well. So we'll continue to do that. I think in terms of newer launch plans, again, the idea is that we want to grow the ecosystem. So whenever we think of it, whether we think of as a credit cards for MSME or whether we think of giving loans to employees of MSMEs, right? One of the critical purposes that we picked up in Upwards, the newer acquisition that we have done is all the MSMEs that is there a way of helping the employees of those MSMEs who work with them, right? Because our micro and small businesses and their employees normally don't get access to finance. So the clear idea through that is if we can work with them and solve for them is what we want to build and develop. Business, we clearly want to allow our capabilities, origination, algo-driven underwriting, and digital collections that we have built pan-India. If other institutions or organizations want to use them, we basically want to allow them to use that and build our future businesses. So we've been doing this for reasonably long. Now is the time to allow the ecosystem and help the ecosystem grow and build, and parallelly keep on building our business as well. So that's the plan going forward.
All right, Harshvardhan, let you go on that note. Thanks so much for joining in and giving us a snapshot of how business is faring and your long-term plans.
Yeah, thanks a lot for inviting me over here. Thank you.